Now, in the original wheel that I did, I had all my mirrors all the way around the outside of these triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this time I'm going to actually leave a couple out and place them somewhere else in my my mosaic. So I'm just going to use 4, but you can use 8, you can use 2. It's totally up to you. So whatever you're feeling, do that. So I'm leaving a few out on this occasion, and I'm just going to use 4. Put some music on, shouldn't I?
Oh, what bits do I use?
Yeah. You can connect to my speaker.
Do you know what? Even though I've got a picture, I don't know what bits I'm supposed to use. Because it don't... Triangles. Oh, I found them now.
How's everyone doing?
Slow.
Slow? Where have you got to?
I had to find some
I'm
triangles.
actually at the mirrors, but just start to put your mirror bits
3,
on.
Okay,
4, 5, 6,
that's all right,
7.
Joe.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
June,
8.
are you okay, June?
1, 2, 3,
Sam
4,
looks
5,
okay.
6, 7, 8.
Andrea, you
1,
okay?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
7.
All right. I'll just stop here for a second then and just
7.
wait for you to
Find one more.
I'm just adding on the.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Say that again.
I'm just adding on the glass pieces, but I am so in the zone. So yeah, I'm not being rude, but.
Yeah. Okay, I'll stop asking how you guys are then.
No, don't stop talking. Just if you don't hear from me, it's just that I'm really just here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm loving it.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Excellent. And Kerry's smiling at you. You're okay, aren't you, Kerry?
Yeah, I'm good. I think I'm. How many pieces
Where
am
are
I
you
supposed to have? Yeah, wow, I'm still behind, but I'm good. But how many pieces of those little triangle things are you supposed to have? Because I either can't see, or is it 8 or 7?
Okay. Are you
1, 2,
Are you
3, 5, 6,
on your laptop
7.
or are you on your phone?
No, I'm on my laptop. Is it 8 pieces? Is it?
Oh, you're on your laptop. Okay, you should have 8 little triangular pieces.
Okay, I can't.
But if you don't, it's okay because you can spread them out and you can fit your other bits in between. So don't worry too much if you don't have exactly what you need. But you should have 8 triangles and little tiny triangles and 8 mirrors.
I can play catch up now. I think I've got everything I need.
Yeah.
Right. So we're gonna get
Is that that's connected to it?
this one with a blessing.
Oh, I think if you
My first piece.
ready to pair it with another device.
Camera says iPhone disconnected. iPhone disconnected.
Dionne, if you don't like where you've put your piece of mirror, should you just shove it over a bit, or should you leave the blue there?
You can shove it where you want to.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've probably got quite a bit of time before it sticks and you can't get it off. No?
Oh, it's picking that up, isn't it?
Quite good speaker.
I need another way of putting this on here because I can't get this on here.
Kerry, are you Kerry from Ipswich? Kerry Massington.
I am.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
It's June.
I thought it was June. I thought, is that June? I know June. I think I know this June.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Yes.
Small world, Channel.
Small world, isn't it? Yeah. We haven't seen each other for years.
Years.
Yeah, you ain't changed. you look exactly the same.
You look the same.
Yeah, that's
Just
good.
more wrinkles.
No, we don't crack. Keep your wrinkles. Some of you ladies you're doing amazing stuff. Well, not some of you ladies. You ladies are doing amazing stuff, and there's some really inspiring people that I'd like to be inspiring. Sorry, let me get my words right. Nerves are coming in already. Multitasking. This is not working, is it? I'd like to know what you guys do, because you do some really good things, don't you? So I hear it and I think, ooh, I'd like to know more. This is really,
Right, are we
this
ready
is
to move on to the next bit?
really lovely. No, yeah, you carry on. I'm fine. I'm catching up.
I'll tell you what the next bit is, and then you can just join in and catch up when you can. I'll just be doing a little check-in every now and again. So once you're happy with your central piece,
Yes.
if you now imagine that your board is a clock. So we have 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. So you're going to place your tiles. Now I'm just going to choose anything. You choose anything, and you're going to just draw a line straight up. And I'm going to grab this one up here. And then I'm going to do one at 3 o'clock. Is it 3 o'clock? Yeah. And I'm going to just pop it in there. It doesn't have to be exactly at 3 o'clock, but there or thereabouts. So I'm just kind of like, I'm just going closer. You can see that I'm just going to squeeze it in between those tiles. And I'm going to leave that gap for now. I'm not sure I'm going to put it in there yet. And at the bottom, so it's just kind of like a guideline as to what, and I've actually put this off the board. Let me put this on the white.
It's my diamonds now.
I've put this section off the board here on this one. I'm going to put something in there. So I'm just kind of just doing a little play around to see where I want tiles to go. And don't forget to turn your tiles upside down, because you might prefer one side than the other. Because some of the glass tiles have got like a more muted side, some have got a more reflective side. You might prefer the other side, so don't think you have to just use the colourful side that it's meant to be used.
Check this out.
Just play around with it, and when you're happy with your clock times, go ahead and stick those down.
Bling, bling.
you're really like thinking, does it go there? But try not to think about it. Just be intuitively led, and then your brain will like say, no, I like this one, or that one fits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've just put that randomly there, 2 pieces at the side here. And you don't have to know all the shapes where they're going to go. So if you've got a gap like I have here, and I'm not sure what I'm going to put there yet, just leave it and come back to it.
Whenever I concentrate. Does anybody else stick their tongue out when they're concentrating?
Yeah. No. I do. I catch myself sometimes doing weird facial movements. I can't wait to see, guys, how yours turned out. Doesn't matter what colour those were, does it? No. That's happening. You can use what you want. You might not want to use a particular time. You might think, oh, I like these, but it depends if you've got enough. So, yeah.
I'll turn that music up. That lovely music in the background. I can just about hear it. Meditating music. It's so quiet. You're a perfectionist. Terrible, yeah. I think that'd be alright. Well, we want to finish with it. Okay. I think I'm... If I'm going to pot, I should get a brush. I need a brush.
Dionne?
Yeah.
Just wondering, do you have any music on whilst you're working, or you usually work on your pieces?
I most of the time have music on, yes. Can you hear?
No, just wondering if there's any, because all of a sudden I've got a song from, I think, the 80s or the 90s in my head that I wouldn't necessarily listen to. I was just wondering if you have a specific type of music you like to listen to.
Most of the time I listen to R&B, the old school R&B.
Okay.
I love neo soul, so I listen to a lot of that, like India Ari, Anthony Hamilton, people like that. I love jazz as well.
Oh, yeah.
And it just depends on the mood. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I can be listening to Caribbean soca music, and sometimes that's not very productive for me, because I'll be mostly dancing rather than creating. Yeah, so it just depends, really.
I'm intrigued to know what the 80s music was that you had in your head.
Find.
Okay, so
I'll let you know in a second.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, like 80s soul. Shaolin. Is that 80s Shaolin, or is that slightly before?
because I'm an 80s baby.
Yeah.
I the one that comes to mind is it Mantronics?
Oh my gosh, yeah, there's very strong hip hop. There was a lot of hip hop in them days. And Michelle dancing. Well, I want to listen to what you're listening to, Michelle. But yeah, I should unmute. Don't unmute yet, just Michelle. But yeah, I loved hip hop. I grew up in the hip hop era. So there was Mantronics, there was Kraftwerks, I think there was oh gosh, Boyz II Men is more R&B. So Boyz II Men.
Yeah.
I know this guy is a bit like, you know, some people love him, some people hate him, most people hate him now, but Kelly, his music I listen to a lot. Gosh, there was just so many. Luther Vandross. There's a lot of lovers things going on, wasn't there? In our era, I think it was very much about love. There was a lot of music around love.
That needs to be the case today.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
You know, it's that promotion of things, and that's what I feel like tapping back into our powers. They wanted to kind of stop that from happening because they could see the effect that was actually having on people.
That's right.
You know, in communities and that, and yeah, the way how music is designed to be now is just a disruption of people's wavelengths and disturbing the peace within. So yeah,
absolutely.
They've done well in that respect, but yeah, let's hone it back in to those old school vibes.
I was listening to a podcast and someone had said that they got rid of the double beat because the double beat enables you to have a higher level of consciousness.
Yeah, they started speeding up.
To say more than that. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say they started to speed up the music. Probably, I think it was around the 70s. They started Beatles. They started to speed it up.
Change the frequency. That's why we've been 432 hertz.
Yeah. So at the moment we're playing 432 hertz music, which is the sound of the earth. Yeah. So they started speeding up the music around then, and I actually remember going to clubs. And do you remember the music we had, which was God, so fast. What was it? Was
like jungle?
Yes. Jungle, and then there was another one.
Drum and bass. Drum and bass.
What'd you call it?
Drum and bass?
Techno? Was it techno or something? That was that just drove me crazy.
Yeah, that's horrible.
That was just horrible. That was just like the next level of, like, what's going on with the music? And that's when I noticed that it was, you know, it changed dramatically from the slow vibration to this techno beat.
Yeah.
Jungle, sorry, go on.
Sorry to cut you. There's two circle pieces, like two small circle pieces. They're not needed anywhere else in the design, are they? Or can I just add them with this clock bit?
Yeah, you add them wherever. Because if you look on the
picture,
you'll see I've just popped them in randomly. So they're random spots. If you want to use them, you can. You don't have to.
No, thank you.
What's this? Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Do you want to put the other way though? So it's away from you, facing that way.
getting my hands messy.
Oh, the other way.
Yeah, sort of move, yeah. And that way you it's not directly in front of you.
Oh, hi, Elia, by the way. I just remembered off mute.
Sam? Yeah, hello, Sam. Hi, Sam. Oh, we've kind of communicated a little bit on Insta, haven't we?
Yeah, you okay?
I'm good, darling. I'm very well, yeah. Very much. There you go, Dee. That's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. I'm good.
Got to hook up with you, darling.
Definitely, that would happen.
I've got to find the time. I'm so busy in clinical practice and.
I was lucky to get her today.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Actually, each Saturday we're normally walking. We go on long walks on Saturday morning, which has been really, really good for us.
Yeah, like we go like 3-4 hour walks in the countryside.
That's nice.
Yeah, just connecting with nature, sound bathing, and the last couple of walks we went to Barton Springs, so we collect the spring water that's coming out from the hills.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And you just have been in nature to hear silence, like utter silence.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And that's when you realise.
Vibrate differently within you, isn't it?
Say that again, Sam?
It's things like that vibrate differently within you. It's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah, it really is. Connecting back with nature, it just makes you more aware of how disconnected we really are. On a day-to-day basis. We I think we forget. And when you're out in the countryside and you're not anywhere near Wi-Fi and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I've certainly found that, walking with Dee and the children, we get a friend's dog, you're just more at peace with yourself and you're calmer, much more focused. It really sets me in good stead for the rest of the week. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it.
With everything that's going on as well, it's important to remember that it's that connection with self that we need to have. When they say you see people's true nature, reconnecting with nature is key to us, definitely. It's number one.
It is number one. And I think the society that we live in, it's doing everything in its power to disconnect us. Everything disconnects us, and we really are. When you look at the word, it's evolution, you evolve away from the source. But I think now it's all about a revolution, revolving back to source, back to Mother Nature, and really tapping into, what actually works for us. We are, nature has all the answers, and this society rules by fear, and we need to really tap back into love, because that's where the answers really are for me. Anyway, I feel it's all about love. And we need to put the fear down. So if we can do that, it'll be amazing.
Right, so I'm seeing a lot of pieces going on now, and I've kind of stopped because I was waiting. But do you kind of work around?
Right. So I'm now filling in 1/4. I'm just going around in quarters now.
Okay.
So.
Oh yeah, you are too. Didn't realise you to do that.
Yeah. Oh, is that? You think that's a lot? That's only like one,
got
2, 3,
carried
4
away.
Okay. So you're filling in the quarters, yeah?
That's just 4 tiles. So I've stuck down my 12, 3, and 6, and 9 o'clocks, and now I'm just filling in the first quarter of the hour, so to speak. So how I'm going to do that is, as you can see, I've put my tiles down already. So what I'm doing is I'm picking up some of the long ones, and I'm kind of just gently placing them down. If I don't like how it's going to look, and I'm going to pick up another one and put it down. So it's very, very intuitively led how I do this. And you can always swap them if you want to have finished that section or even the whole board, and you look at it and you think, oh no, I don't want that bit there. You can always take it out and replace it with something else.
Okay.
And you don't have to think that you have to kind of finish each what would you call them?
radial
section out.
This is the only time you get me quiet.
I know, Kerry. Normally you're very, very talkative, aren't you?
Oh, it's just a moment, innit? A reflection of just... I kept
Yeah.
thinking to myself, why did I pick this colour? And then I realised for some reason it's terrible. Not terrible. Let's just go where the mind went. Why did I pick this colour? And then I realised it's my mother that likes lilac. It's my mother that likes this colour, purple stuff. So yeah. So it brought me back to my mother this morning. She's no longer here. So I just this colour. That was the last thing that I remember in her bathroom being, she'd painted it, and I really liked the colour. And I've never seen the colour since. But she'd painted it.
Wow. She's connecting with you. Absolutely. Wow, that's beautiful.
I don't like the colour I've got either, but it's the colour my mum liked too. So it's strange. Isn't it? I thought, I don't
Is
like
it
it.
that?
I've got yellow. So there you go. Strange.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's actually nice. Yes, but when you picked it, did you pick it when you pick... Oh, I didn't see those colours. When you picked it, at the beginning, because it was a while before we got the box, isn't it? And we put our mind down. Did you choose it then?
Yeah, I chose it for the because it was a solar plexus and it was a transformation thing, and I thought, well, that'll be good. I like the idea of the transformation. So, but when I thought, oh, I don't like yellow that much. I never choose yellow. So strange.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
I don't normally choose this colour lilac either.
Well, I've got lilac.
Come on,
Who's got lilac? Christiana?
Yeah, but they're lilac and green. It's the suffragette colours, isn't it?
Oh,
It's true.
So why did you other ladies? Why did you you choose your colours, please?
Well, I can say I chose mine. I told Dionne it's because I do card readings and I've got a chakra card set and I shuffled the cards to help me, even though I wanted yellow, but the two cards that came out every time was orange.
Ah,
So it was clearly telling me something.
yeah.
For mine, I chose red because it's the root chakra, and I've committed to doing a lot more dating and stuff this year.
Yes,
So yeah, I'm doing a lot of dating and stuff this year. So I thought, do you know what? Let me focus on root, and also the root chakra is also about safety as well, I believe.
Yes.
So it's not just about safety in relationship, but just kind of generally feeling safe. It's kind of like quite a powerful, one of the really, really powerful chakras. So I just thought, yeah, it just really resonated. And I love red anyway. I've always loved red. So yeah, so that's why I chose that one.
Yeah, it's an earth sign. It's an earth energy. It's
Okay.
Definitely grounding as well, isn't it? I love that, the dating element. I'm the same as you. I feel it coming. There's a song on that, isn't it? Phil Collins. Yeah.
Yeah.
I sang that on karaoke.
I was listening to a podcast yesterday on dating. Sorry, I'm just going to interject before the next person comes in. But I was listening to a podcast on dating, on relationships and dating, and people were talking about these apps that people go on. We can talk about that in a minute. I'm going to hold that thought. Does anyone else want to share?
Yeah, I chose indigo because one of my go-to and my self-talk tends to be trust my intuition, and that's what's kind of been also getting me through the pandemic, is trusting my intuition.
Wonderful. Thank you. Anyone else?
I chose orange, the Sakura chakra, which it says on the form is for creativity. But the reason I chose this particular colour is because I feel that's where my blockage is. I've had 5 beautiful children. I carried 5 children, and but I went through a lot of stress and a lot of trauma in that relationship, and I just felt that I needed some sort of I need some kind of cleansing, and I need to unblock that particular seat, just to get through the things that I went through. And I've always felt I've had a blockage there. Whenever I've gone for treatments like Reiki or healing, independent people from different parts of the world have always said to me that I've got blocked energy there. And I know this is just part of my experiences that I went through. So when sort of like Dionne showed me the chakra that she had already created, it really hit me. And she said, right, you've got to choose your colour. And I said, that is my colour. That is my colour, that's it right there. You know, and when I was speaking to Dionne, I was sat at my desk at home, and I've got a stress board and it's bright orange. And I looked up and there was the stress board, and I was like, no, it's definitely my colour, D. This is what I need to work on. I need to shift, create a shift there, and you know, everything else will line up. So that's why I chose the orange.
Beautiful.
And I thought you were going to go for the red.
Did you? The red? Yeah.
Does anyone else want to share?
Yeah, I thought I'd share. I think mine is sort of, well, it's not funny, but it is. So, as I said earlier, I'm a relationship coach. And I've been spinning so many wheels, doing so many things. And my own relationship started to dissipate, for want of a better term. And I just sort of thought, gosh, I've got to get back on track. You know, I've got a beautiful man in my life, and I'm not giving him any time. I'm doing everything else for everyone else and telling everybody else how to have their relationships and advising and guiding. And I'm doing nothing for my own. So I had to just pull back a lot of things and make time for him. And I thought, the green is your heart chakra, and he has a beautiful heart, and I want mine to match his equally. So I figured, you know, time to do some loving for myself.
Good girl.
That's beautiful.
Thank you for
It's
sharing
really
that.
beautiful.
No. Anyone else want to share?
Have we done everyone?
Well, I chose mine because I've chose the third eye chakra, and I wanted to really connect with my spiritual guides, because I feel that I'm not quite connected to them, and I also wanted to just be more aware of myself and what I truly want in life. So yeah, that's really the reason I chose this one. I'm stuck.
You're stuck?
I'm actually stuck.
Okay, get stuck.
Yeah, there's a piece there that's really not right for me, so I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna take that one out. There we go. You need to up there.
soon. Hook up with me on Facebook, 'cause I'd love to catch up with you.
Is it to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Of course. Of course. I think I've seen some of your is your business about, I thought I saw something about, is it suicide prevention and stuff like that?
Yeah, mental health. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just yeah, thank you. Yeah. It's certainly improved my life. That's all I can say. Plunging yourself into somebody else's problems makes you address your own. You know, and you can't practice. You've got to practice what you preach when you're trying to set the example, aren't you? So that kind of pushed me to rise up a little bit more rather than keep sinking back into depression, you know. So, but I changed my whole life. I don't even live in Ipswich anymore, you know. So, changed everything. Everything had. Yeah, I think the thing is when you you lose everything before you know everything. You know what I mean? What you need to know. So it's been an eye opener. It's been a pleasure. I just love interviewing now and getting the awareness out. Yeah, we had prostate cancer awareness the other night with an MBE award, Errol McKellar, and I felt so honoured just to sort of sit there and interview these people, and they're willing and itching for people to just, you know, they need to get the message out, and what better platform than the platform that we have. So we have a MOM project, mental health awareness, real talk on Facebook. That's a group, and that's for everyone to sort of put in their input and helping somebody else up with positive messages and give us back knowledge. You know, that's what is what people are looking for, is the knowledge of how to get better. So we project a lot of awareness out, and even like Dionne came on there and to project what we do, hence why now I can officially say there is something to do and somewhere to go, and it's beneficial. Look where we are right now, and this is what I said, I'll come here and I'm going to document what I'm doing, and here I am. I got up early. I mean, I was on last night's Champs and Giggles, which is again an educational but fun as well. On early hours this morning, I'm still up, and I thought I can't let down myself and others, and I need to get up. And so my alarms were set, and here I am, enjoying myself. Really, really, really enjoying myself. And it's just peaceful. It's nice. And listening to your stories as well. So carry on talking now. I loved it.
Yeah, that's good. And I hear you on the, you know, having to do the work yourself. You know, me training as a therapist, a psychotherapist. You know, I mean, I've been in therapy myself for years anyway. But, yeah, you have to do a lot of your own work because you can't hold space for other people if you're not doing the work yourself. So, but I've always loved, you know, I love having therapy. I've always enjoyed it. I've got so much out of it. You know, like you, it's kind of changed my life as well. And I just wanted to give other people that experience, you know, particularly, you know, black people with the stigma in the community and stuff around having therapy and just, you know, and also creating a safe space for people to be able to have, you know, more honest conversations about, you know, racism and mental health and all of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of my focus.
Great.
In my work.
That's brilliant, because it sounds right up my street, so I can't wait to speak to you. So
I'll give you my details and stuff afterwards. I mean, I've got a website. I do live streams every week.
Me too.
Yeah. Do you? Oh wow.
Yeah. Cool. So you can appear on mine and I'll appear on yours. So if anyone's looking for voices, I'm always good for doing things like that. So I'm bringing people together. That's what we do. That's what I like to do.
Well, that'll be me very soon, because I have a podcast, as I mentioned earlier, which looks at speaking to people in our community who are on the rise. And the rise actually stands for real, inspired, strong, and empowered.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Really highlighting the positives. There's always, within our community, sometimes the portrayal of the negative all the time. And I really wanted to showcase the fact that there is a lot of positivity that comes from our community. So the shows that I have on there are, we look at brands, elevating brands, just amplifying who's out there, who's doing what, and the service that they have to offer, like Dionne's and a few others that I've spoken with. Making history, that was an interesting one. It was all about the fact that Black History shouldn't just be once a month. Once a month. Each and every day, there's someone in our community that is contributing massively to our history, and we shouldn't just be speaking to them or about them when they've passed.
That's right.
Them know and embrace that. So there's that, and then there's a new show that is coming up called Focus On, which looks at exploring topics that some may deem as taboo or negative, just because I suppose lack of knowledge around the subject matter. So yeah, we just explore that. But I'm definitely looking to speak with some of you guys if you're happy to do so on the podcast.
Yes.
It would be really good to have you on the show.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'd definitely be interested in doing that. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I talk about, and a lot of the reasons why people do choose to come and work with me is because I do talk about a lot of topics in the community that people either can't talk about, won't talk about, struggle to understand. So I do talk about a lot of topics that people struggle with, but they need to be talked about if they're going to be resolved.
Yes.
So my work is very solution focused. It's not just a platform where people come on and vent.
Yeah.
I'm very much about the solution. This is what's happening in the community, and then I explain why it's happening, and this is what I can suggest as a therapist.
Yeah.
This is what you can do about it, because I think sometimes that's lacking. We know we've got issues in the community, but people don't really know what to deal with it.
It's true. Actions do speak louder than words sometimes, and a lot of the time, this is how the real changes are going to be made.
Yeah.
By those solutions, rather than just the same old talking.
Yeah, exactly. Because people are stressed and they want to vent, but that's temporary. You need solutions. You need long term solutions, and that's what I'm about. I'm not into kind of 5-minute motivational. Oh yeah, that feels good. I'm into what you're going to do long term.
Yeah, where you going? Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And what are you going to do? Not looking at anyone else. What are you going to do about it for yourself? What's your responsibility in it?
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yep. So
this makes such a change here. Reflective, right? I was meant to be in a quiz yesterday with some friends, and I've stopped drinking alcohol. So their first thing was, bring a bottle and stuff like that, and whatever. But I'm just finding this so much more, what's the word?
Therapeutic.
Yeah, and elevating to my mind space right now. Do you know what I mean? Like connecting with like-minded people and doing different things other than just... I'm not saying I shouldn't have got involved with the quiz and things like that, but it just wasn't... It was numbing at that point.
Do you think...
There's something else that I talk about as well as addiction. It's part of my work. I talk about addiction and addiction in the Black community.
I can't wait to speak to you, because this is exactly what I do all day long.
Connections.
And I think that's what I'm saying. You know, it's funny. It's like, is it a coincidence that somebody that actually know? I mean, look, where you're all over the world, where for me, wherever you are, but somebody I actually know is sitting on the same platform, but does the same aim as myself. And yet, I know brief snippet about a memory, and somebody holds a different point of view, don't they, in a memory? And so here we are today, all of us. You know, Sam, you know, I'm listening to you. Can't wait to connect with you too. Dionne, what have you done? You brought us all together.
Yeah. And you know what? I didn't even look at the connections before. I know what each one of you does, most of you, but I didn't see the connection until now. So that's amazing.
Kerry and Sam, what platforms do you upload your podcast to? Where can we find you?
Oh, well, I'm trying to... do you know what? I wanted a podcast just for myself. Actually, I had... and I had to utilise it for something else. So I was using... Well, if you recommend me one, then I'll just start all over again. I was using Anchor at one point.
Oh, yes.
Are you... What else... What other podcasts are there, love?
Richard or something?
iTunes, Podbean.
What one do you use, and which one do you use?
I use any content, if you're asking me. But I just tune in. It tends to be iTunes. There's a particular one that they use Podbean.
Oh, Podbean, yeah. Podbean.
But yeah, Anchor, I remember seeing that advertised somewhere. And
it's so easy to use. It's very... Yeah, it's very easy to use. It's quite nice, actually. And then when you like to put a picture of the statement behind, so you create the picture, and then you post that. So yeah, it's quite nice. I'm more of a live girl myself, really. But I do like the podcast. Sometimes you just want to. I think when you're in a when you're doing things for the community, and you are doing lives and you are doing podcasts, you've got nowhere to do your private stuff when you really, really want to just talk. Yeah. And I realised something about that, where, hold on a minute, I'm doing for everything for everybody else, but when I just want to talk to myself, without anyone knowing what my problems are, you know, but I do want to hear them back. I like to play back because I like to hear the progression. I like to know where I'm going. So I just had to figure a way of recreating Kerry's safe space, you know, and somewhere to just talk, because even though you talk to other people that may be doing the similar stuff as yourself, and you might have a problem in your own life, then sometimes you might talk to them once, you might be reluctant to talk to them again because, you know, you've said it once already. So it becomes a point where, here we go, I don't want to keep secrets, okay, but I do need to talk. But I'm not too trustworthy of whoever I'm giving that information for, because people like to turn around and tell you, oh, well, if that was me, I'd get rid of him. That's not really what you want to hear. You're just trying to figure out where you're going right now, this grieving period, what you're going through, and how to self-develop. So hence where I am today with this mosaic, and plunging time into me to just figure out what I'm doing for me, and where I'm going, you know, and it's about me. I'm a woman, and us women have to rise, you know. So I think that is the power of a woman. And
it's interesting that you say that, Kerry, because I've had this exact same conversation with 2 or 3 other women that I know that are therapists or in sort of leadership positions. Yeah. So this is something that I am looking at creating a space for people that are in leadership positions that don't have a safe space to be able to share their stuff, because it's not appropriate if you're
you know, you can't share your stuff in the same space that you're sharing with your clients. It's just not, you know, but you still need a safe space to be able to do that. So yeah, this is something that that I'm definitely thinking about doing, because I'm hearing it a lot recently, and with people that don't have a safe space to be able to do it, to be able to share. So yeah, so I definitely hear you on that, and just know that it's not just you. And I am definitely looking at putting something together. It might just be something simple, like a book club or something for professionals. A therapeutic book club. I did it, yeah.
Meditation, meditate, anything. I'm with you 100%, and I'm a not-for-profit as well, so that should help.
It's not-for-profit.
Yes,
okay.
yeah. It's a not-for-profit organisation. Yeah, and that's the thing about when you know, some people have such an experience, they didn't see an end to any of it, and there is, and I'm testimonial to that, you know. All those people that said that you can't do it, you need to do this, you need to do that, made me feel that I guess I fought against people. In the end, it's taken a very long time to everybody that tell you can't, they're the people that are in position. And what, you know, I once said to them,
they need to come out of the way. If they're telling you can't, they need to move out of the way.
You know, I once said to them, if you say that I can't, how did you get there? How did you get where you are? So why don't you teach me that way? And that, you know, so you find that some people only give out a little bit, but it's not really about the people, is it? It's about the way you had to go, the way the universe planned it to go. Because if you didn't get those tools, you wouldn't be the person you are today, or where you stand today, in the position that you are in today, helping other people. And you know, and here we go again. We're right here now. There's another connection that's taking us down another avenue, and it's maybe the tool that I've been asking for in the universe. You know, so you know, I love this morning. This is like, we should have more girly coffee mornings. That's what it should be. Coffee chats. Yeah. Are we supposed to be using every single piece? Because I might not have no room. Oh, good. All right then. I thought it was going to be.
No, you just choose what you want, and you can discard the others if you want to, or leave it for another session. So, ladies, it's coming up to 20 past 11. So I'd like you, in 5 minutes, we're going to have a little stretch, because when you're so concentrated and your head is bent, you need to make sure that you're loosening yourself up and having a little break every now and again. So we've been going for almost an hour, isn't it? Half an hour. And I'd like to have a look to see if everyone's done as well.
Let me see.
That can't.
Oh, yes. Hold it up. Oh, you've got a cowrie shell. That's beautiful. I love that, June.
You see that? How good is that?
Let's have a look at yours, Bernie. Don't hide. I can see you.
Man, look.
I've got very slow. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry.
You can't be.
No.
It's beautiful.
I love those greens.
I know. They're nice.
That's good.
At first, I'm loving them more.
Yeah, when I saw the other lady's green, I was like, wow, that is just vibrant. It just looked really beautiful. So can't wait to see the red.